bulwark of the American form of government is education. For true democracy can exist only among a people prepared from childhood for the responsibilities of citizenship. Recognizing this fact, the American people have built up, over the generations, a vast nationwide system of public schools intended to give every child in the United States the opportunity for a thorough education.
From movie projectors to TVs, laptops, and gaming apps, teachers have always experimented with new technology to augment classroom lessons and increase student engagement. Today, two of these new technologies are especially exciting for educators: virtual reality and augmented reality. So what are they, and how do they differ?
Hello everybody! I am Jeff from Small Big Call, and it has been a while. Today, we will be talking about school 100 years ago and the future. Education has and continues to play a very essential role across the globe in shaping all minds everywhere. The first Department of Education, also known as the Office or Bureau of Education, was established in 1876 to promote and document the condition and progress of education across the United States. This is also around the time that the modern school system formed in other parts of the world. In the early days, educational attainment was seen as less of a priority than it is today. Many children were required to work, help out on the family farm, or contribute in some way to the home because child labor laws had not gone into effect yet. As time passed, however, education became increasingly important as a means of getting ahead financially and establishing oneself as a productive member of society. Teaching has always been one of the most important jobs around, but the role has changed quite much over the years.
Any questions? Nick, you have.
Every morning, teachers would check students' nails, hair, and teeth to make sure that they were clean, and teachers were allowed to use a cane to hit students who were playing up. Let's have a demonstration. Tommy, you are badly behaved. Classrooms look pretty different as well. There were no computers, and pens looked like this. You had to dip them into inkwell so you could write. There were also lessons on how to keep your back straight, and boys and girls had different subjects to study. Home economics for the girls, and for the boys, wood and metalwork. The concept that playing and childhood are a fundamental stage of human development is a relatively recent construct. For children who lived prior to the 18th century, life was a struggle to endure. From a very young age, children were expected to work to ensure the family's survival.
The kinds of jobs you would find children working in ranged from the mines, the factories, the cotton mills, to working out on the streets selling newspapers. Injuries, even deaths, were very common among children. The parents would often say that they needed the income that their children brought in, that was what allowed them to continue to survive. A number of parents were advocates for child labor, and their children thought that that was the way life was.
There was little time for education or play. Not until the end of the 19th century did the child become. Students had to walk many miles or take a horse ride through the fields as a shortcut to get to school in the early 1900s. In the beginning of 1900, only 51% of children ages 5 through 19 even went to school. By 1910, this number increased to 59%, according to the National Center for Education Statistics. In most rural and small-town schools, all of the students met in a single room, and a single teacher would teach academic basics to several grade levels of elementary-aged children. The beginning of the 1900s was still a long way before the dawn of the civil rights movement, and schools still hadn't offered everyone equal opportunities yet. It would take them a long time to come to that point.
On September 25, 1957, the 101st Airborne Division and 10,000 National Guard troops escorted the Little Rock Nine as they walked bravely past screaming mobs and made their way to the classrooms of Little Rock Central High School.
Just got a report here on this end that the students are in.
Do you feel it's worth it going through this?
Yes, I do.
These 9 heroes were willing to step forward and in doing so altered the course of history.
Class sizes were small. Some classes were so small that they could all fit in one car. I know, that's very small. In the early 1900s, outdoor or open-air schools became a popular trend for children with lung disease or other health problems. The school buildings were often tents with open sides or classrooms with huge windows that were left open all year, even in winter. And keep in mind, this was in a time that they didn't have the luxuries that we did, like a heater or air conditioners or anything like that. So for other students and the students who were there and the teachers and anyone who were in those classrooms or tents, it would have been freezing cold. It was thought that the sunshine and the fresh air would help kids breathe easier and gain more energy. Discipline wasn't forced. Children had to wear specific attire to school. Every morning, teachers would check students' nails, hair, and teeth to make sure that they were properly clean. And if any students misbehaved or were playing around, a teacher could hit them with a cane. Stay tuned until the end of the video for the interesting imagination and futuristic look of schools. Now, let's take a short commercial break.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
The slow pace of change in academic institutions is globally lamentable, with centuries-old, lecture-based approaches to teaching with outmoded classrooms. However, COVID-19 has become a catalyst for educational institutions worldwide to search for innovative solutions in a relatively short period of time. Some innovative solutions that people found in a short period of time are virtual schooling apps, asynchronous learning through Google Classrooms, and synchronous learning through face-to-face meets using laptops, Chromebooks, phones, or tablets. Some kids in Asian countries who don't have devices got access to learning material through live television broadcasts. Even sports assignments and athletic training were done from home, and recorded videos of students doing them were sent to teachers. As the world we live in changes the use of and embraces new technology, how and what we teach in the educational system will be reshaped to keep up to date and meet the growing demands of the 21st century. Let's go to the future. But before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Also share this video so other people can see it. Now, let's go back to the future. forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Also share this video so everyone can see this. I'm Jeff from Small Big Calls signing out. Stay tuned for our next videos. Bye!